Welcome to the Big Breach of Duty.
Newly released body cam video showing deputies in Georgia searching items aboard the team bus for Delaware State University's lacrosse team. The sheriff said his deputies were in the right when they stopped and searched the bus, but Delaware's attorney general is now calling for a federal investigation. It's amid allegations of racial profiling. NBC 10's Delaware reporter Tim Furlong has the latest.
Ladies, we don't single anybody out, and I'll explain. This is our job. This is what we do.
Liberty County, Georgia sheriff's deputies might not have been able to know what the passengers on the bus looked like when they pulled the driver over for illegally using the left lane, but the predominantly black team members are pretty sure the stop lasted longer and their bags were more thoroughly searched because they were black. And they're pretty sure that's why the deputies talked down at them and suggested they knew they had drugs in their bags.
If there is something in there that is questionable, please tell me now, because if we find it, guess what? We're not going to be able to help you.
The county sheriff is African American and says the stop was legit because he says a police canine somehow smelled something outside the bus along the busy piece of I-95. One of the deputies said this on the radio before anything was even searched.
There's a bunch of dang schoolgirls on the bus. There's probably some weed, maybe.
That search was extensive and deputies found nothing illegal.
The Pennsylvania State Supreme Court said that you have to have two things. You have to have probable cause and you have to have exigent circumstances.
There are many directions I could go with this reaction to the video, but I'm going to start with the question originally asked. How is the duty breach to provide safe transportation? I believe that the original breach of duty in this scenario was the bus driver violating the traffic law. Like, had that not happened, nothing else, the situation would have never been escalated from there. He was driving the bus in the left lane, which is the passing lane, and it says no trucks, but it's a law, it's a traffic law that no commercial vehicles, which is buses, trucks, and some trailers, I believe, can't drive in that passing lane. So that's where he went wrong originally. Second of all, I feel like once he was pulled over and stepped out and explained to the police officer, he had that conversation with them about why he was pulled over, what was going on. He should have never let the officers on the bus to confront the passengers, especially it being a chartered bus. That was out of his jurisdiction. And the officers never gave him the probable cause, nor did they have a search warrant, and that was a violation of the passenger's Fourth Amendment. And then the situation only escalated from there because not only did the officers go and confront the passengers, the HBCU, the Delaware State Women's Lacrosse Team, he made unfair assumptions about them, saying, oh, if you guys have any drugs, any pot, any large sums of money, you have to let me know now, or this is only going to get worse for everybody. Now, he kept saying, I'm not trying to single you out, I don't want to single anybody out. But him saying that was kind of like incriminating himself already, because you are singling them out and you are making unfair assumptions. And then after the fact, once the situation got out, and the Delaware Attorney General called for a federal investigation of the situation, the cops tried to lie and say not only that they didn't search the passengers and all their belongings, but tried to say that there wasn't any video footage, which we all know now that the body cam has been released, that there was. So them lying kind of made them look even worse on their behalf. I feel like one of the ways that we can best go about correcting or improving situations like that is to end the qualified immunity of police officers, and this would allow officers to be sued for civil rights violations. Because not only was this just a violation of civil rights, but it was a big situation for all those involved. So it could have been trauma, any types of mental health issues, or it was just a violation as a whole, unnecessarily.
One thing the bus driver did wrong was allowing the police to search the bus, because the police had no probable cause or exigent circumstances to search the bus, so it shouldn't have been allowed in the first place, and that breached the duty of transportation for the players on the bus. I assume that the police pulled the bus driver over because he was in the left lane trying to pass. Well, the bus driver said he was trying to pass over, and I guess the cops just seen him stand on that side. So that was their original reason for pulling the bus over. But I guess since they seen that the bus driver was black, and then they seen a whole bunch of black students on the bus, that they decided to racially profile the students on the bus. And it's also crazy that the situation happened on April 20th, and that's known as 420. And for a police to search a bus that happens on that day and accuse them of having drugs on the bus is very suspicious.